James. Correct. I agree. Hours. Wow. Wow. Um, can I just check something? Sorry to interrupt. My pictures behind, I know they're half nude. Is that all right? Because I couldn't find a way of blurring them. Is that going to get us in trouble? What do I do? It's the easier for me. I'm not a digital. It's just easier. Listen, it needs must. I don't know how to do the digital BS, so that's what we did. I just wanted to check. Sorry to interrupt, guys. I'm coming back. I need to get a fire. Oh, Neymar. Actually, it's Neha. Neha. Sorry. Hi, lovely to see you, Danny, in person. Lovely to I don't know what you call meeting people online. Online greeting. And ah, oh, you mean in life, Shaun, or just in general? Have we got a link to share? Have we got a link? Mm, God. I just realized, like, I had the one nail that wasn't polished, and that was what I was gonna use for muscle testing, so, needs must. Only if they only knew. Okay, okay. Okay. I know, what can I do? Oh, Lord. Got it. Namaste and thank you, Divine Goddess. I mean, I have to say that I know it's a very overused word, but truly it is an honor to be here, to be here, to be. And also, I really want to thank Shaun and the just incredible loving community that he has curated here. I received after the last show just innumerable messages of support and gratitude and encouragement, and I have been a fangirl first to Beverli, Azria, Danny for a while. So, and recently Adette. So it really does feel like an immense, like I'm a little bit going like, oh, check me on stage with these people. But as I said, to introduce myself, my name is Neha. It's actually Sanskrit for one who loves. So I was given my mission in life to do that. And I've, for the past 14 years, attempting to live into that. My official title is that I am a subconscious quantum healing practitioner. And I'm basically specialized in helping people through my own three-step modality to release their trauma without reliving it, because no one needs to relive the trauma. And recently, in a couple of years, through my own personal experiences, which I shared a little bit of last time, I have really specialized in particular with generational trauma and the effects on that on first generation immigrants, which I am one myself, and the legacy of the generational trauma. For example, in the South Asian community, although I have to say, had a conversation with an incredibly wise woman today that Beverly knows, who explained to me, to my surprise, that there were so many common overlaps between working class English families. The programming, then the people pleasing, the giving away of your power as a woman, the whole thing, the conversation. So I realized it was a bigger conversation than me, as these things often are. And that's really what I do. I want to help people get to the happy as quick as possible. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, thank you for that. It's not him. Mm. So I have to explain. I have to explain. I don't know how to describe it. Sometimes I call it spiritual Tourette's, but basically, what happens with me, I am not as elegant and glamorous as the rest of the ladies here. I sort of get the equivalent of being kicked under the table by my spirit guide. So I'm intently listening to something, and I'll be in that moment. And it's not that it hurts me, it's just to reassure anyone if they see me, wiggle and squiggle and yelp, it doesn't hurt me at all, but it comes as a surprise, as I say, because I was there reading the comments. And generally, so yeah, I always forget to explain. I'm not auditioning for a horror movie. I'm not getting hurt. I'm not freaking out, and I'm not getting electrocuted. But basically, I have a spirit guide, maybe because I was very reluctant to step into this field, who has to kind of go, "Oi, don't skip over that bit. That's something important. Yes, no, whatever." So after a while, my clients really do actually love it. God bless them, because they're like, "Oh, look, someone else is here." So to go to so that just explains the leaping. I haven't got a name for it. I don't know the leaping spirit guide, but um one of the things I was going to say, that the assessment tool that I use in the work that I do is something called muscle testing. And I always explain this to everyone because I love it, because it's so incredibly accessible. I have clients who are 5 years old up until 95, and it's something anyone can do. And I show you one way, but requirement is that you be hydrated. After all, that makes sense. We are mostly water. So that has to be in balance. So, people can do this now. And I encourage you, as I respond to the questions, I won't go through this every time, so I'll be as quick as I can, that I encourage you to do it yourself, because this is like a muscle that can tap into your own inner being, soul, higher dimension, whatever label you resonate with. And it's like anything, you need to just exercise that muscle. Said, we are all born with these abilities, but we are programmed or conditioned or diverted away from trusting our own instinct, and we are perpetually giving away our power. This is a way of regaining your power and learning to trust yourself. And it's super simple. The first way you can do it, which is foolproof, and so I forgive the profile, but I just stand up to show you, is basically when you stand up and you relax and you just simply say yes and see where your body takes you, then do the same and say no. But the one I do on the screen is also really accessible. You rub your fingers together as if you've got a piece of thread between them, and you say the words yes, and you can see how smooth and easy it is. Yeah, I can see you guys do it. And then if you say no, obviously I'm a practitioner who's done this a lot, you can see like it gets slower and stickier and slightly irritating. It's not smooth running. So it doesn't really matter which is what. If sometimes it can be backwards and forwards. You can go backwards for yes and forwards for. It's about an assessment tool. And the critical thing that most people forget to pass on about doing this is it has to be a statement. It cannot be a question. A question has a myriad of answers that we can perpetually change, and it convolutes day by moment by moment. So when you say a question, I am happy, I am enough, I am loved, I am worthy, that is what we need to go into, rather than, am I worthy? Am I loved? Am I enough? That's a whole different conversation. that changes. So sorry for the preamble, but then that explains the rest of what I'll say. So I think I lost it, but what was it? Three light beings came into, so this is a yes, and this is a no. This is for Neha, the grounding sound. This is for Celtic Knot. Oh, thank you for the donation. I had three light beings in my room. Was I taken or visited, watched over? So I'm getting yes. You had three bright. Were you taken? Um, no. Visited? Yes. Watched over? Yes. So another way to show you, because it may not be easy, I wish I brought it more to camera, but this is my yes, this is my no. This is for Neha, this is for Celtic Knot. Were you taken? No. Were you visited? Yes. Were you watched over? No. So I don't, does, does that, thank you. Thank you. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, I got that. Yeah. Mm. Mm. I need that one. Can I hijack that as well? I'm on. Um, so, ah, what am I getting? Okay. So well, I'll be honest, what I get is that basically because this is a planned kind of intentional work, I'm sort of getting, I don't know if it's DIY or you're upgrading or something like that. It doesn't feel like this is an intrusive, predatory, dangerous disruption. But at the same time, I think what I've noticed with myself is that things that occur in our lives in the macrocosm is often reflected in the macro. It is often a reflection of the collective consciousness. And right now, it does feel in the energy is very bubbling, very disruptive from the ground level. So it's kind of riding that surf and being able to be calm in the chaos and centered, myself included. Dev knows I'm very traumatic, but to be able to come back to that and find your inner peace and inner center, it doesn't feel like I've got anything negative to say. I can pull an angel card for you and see what that says. Oh, that's interesting. This one says angel wisdom reminds you that the challenging people and situations are sent to you as your most important teachers. Without them, your soul would not grow. Your guidance is let go of the hurt, resentment, and anger of the past. And your affirmation is I forgive myself and others. I am free. So it's a different card to Azure. So I don't think you can see that to screen grab it, but right. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, I love that. Stunning. Mm, Oh, I didn't I didn't mean to interrupt you, Beverly, but I really wanted to just say that what Danny just said for me is just one of the most vital elements of life. The fact you can choose for it to be okay. Because in the choosing, you have to surrender in faith to whatever higher dimension you relate to. But I just had to interrupt because all the spirit guy is going, yes, yes, that thing. She said, yes, that thing. It's so it's way. So yeah, listen, listen to this. What she's saying is so vital. You can choose, and we forget that. We forget We forget that we have a choice in all of this. You can choose to be the victim, the survivor, whatever you want. So, well, what came via the quick little nudge under of my foot under the table, so to speak, was that I don't know if this is relevant or not, but clearly, obviously, you say you're close, so you know he obviously tremendously loved you. But I can't lie. How do I put this? It feels like perhaps I don't know how long ago you transitioned, but there is something like maybe you stopped yourself from going out to live and be fully yourself. And I get that because grieving is a process. My own mother transitioned less than a month ago. Um, and we were talking about how sometimes you just, when you think, oh, I'm over this, I've handled this, I'm back to reset and grounded, something else will come up and trigger you. But it almost, I don't know, it'd be interesting if you could give us the feedback. It feels like you're stopping yourself, perhaps, maybe subconsciously, but I'm getting from him like, just go live, be happy, live your life. And the card I picked up was actually beauty. And it says here the affirmation is, I recognize my beauty and that of others. And I think that is the bit to perhaps focus in on, recognizing your own beauty. I know it's really hard when a parent you're close to transitions. I had a toxic relationship and that was challenging. but there is something about allowing yourself permission to fully live now, Blossom. He would love to see you in alignment with your higher self, receiving the acknowledgement and value and abundance and love that you are so very clearly worthy of. And he feels like, girl, just start running the race and I'll be behind you, pushing you all. That's what I got. Mm, mm, mm. Um, That's interesting, isn't it? I just sort of kind of master tested and felt into it because I know that a lot of people believe that birthmarks have come over from past lives, have some significance to previous existences. Obviously, four of us understand that we are all souls having a human experience. If you're not on board with that factor, then that everything I just said would be like wow, wow, woo, woo. But I wanted to kind of feel into it, whether it was an injury, and I'm getting a no, whether it was an injury from a past life, because sometimes I've known that to be the case, but I don't feel like it. Does it feel like it's it's special of some significance? Yes, it does. I think I'd have to spend a bit more time to fully give you. I don't want to kind of like just guess at something. I'd rather feed into it and feel into the energy a bit more to feel like it. It is tribal? No. It's off world, yes. I'm curious. Oh, I'm curious. Yeah, yeah. So I hand over to Asia, the expert on off world. I can't wait. That's my birthday present to myself to have a session with Azura. I can't wait. Can't wait. I'm super excited. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Love that. Mm, mm, oh, um, I think the wiggle came because everything everybody just said was so pertinent, and I think what a dad said is very something that, again, like Danny said earlier about choosing, we forget these really basic things. Like, what if everything was actually okay? What if there was nothing to fix? What if you just lent in to just being a divine, beloved, loved being of the universe? Your existence, that's words. That's gold for me. Your existence is enough. Your existence is enough. Do we ever say that to ourselves? I don't know if we do. We think we have to fix something, we have to change something, we have to move into a different vibration. I come from an Asian culture where it's all about embetterment and get it further and all the rest of it. What if we shut out that noise and just settled into that phrase? Your existence on this planet as you are, accepting yourself completely and fully, all the bits that you love about yourself and all the bits that you don't even want to look at, let alone show anyone else. What if you just accepted that with no judgment and leaned into, my existence is enough? Try that for a day and see how you feel different. But these girls, gorgeous as goddesses are giving out absolute gold, in my opinion. So, Wow. Well, yes, bountiful Earth Day blessings. Some American. Yeah, forgive me. Yeah. Reading English clearly a challenge, but anything else, yes, quantum healing, no problem. um, I think I just want to say, yeah, just really, this is an interesting one. I'm getting, God, you know what I'd say? Muscle test. Muscle test if I am worthy. I am worthy. There seems to be, I think everything everyone's just said to you. By the way, Atu, I love those cards. They're incredible. I have to get them. Are they yours? Stunning. Stunning. Did you create those cards? Because they are gorgeous. Yeah. I thought they were. Ooh. Oh, lovely. Well, no, because that was it felt like that was though everything everybody said is just really pertinent, but it's American. It feels like, are you really giving yourself permission to live your best life and to be in alignment with your higher self? And you can muscle test that. I am worthy. See, ooh, that went into no. I give myself permission to align with my higher self. It is safe for me to align with my higher self. Oh, that's a yes. Oh, I'll tell you where it sits. I don't know how to. I don't know how to. That's a yes. So I don't know how to align by itself. Because sometimes, we don't do it because we've never been shown. It's not been in our, come across our radar. So I go back again to what all of these divine goddesses have said, and perhaps watch this again and really lean into everything that they've given you, because guess what? You are worthy. You really are worthy. And only you can really align with that and give yourself permission to lean into that. And I think that would be the most beautiful Earth Day present you could give yourself. Testing you, Danny. They know how amazing you are. They're like, why give her birth numbers? She doesn't need that. She gets out. But they understood it brilliantly, right? Mm, 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 Oh, I love this. This is so cool because you guys say stuff and my guides go, "Yeah, what they said." So I'm like, "Oh, oh, I'll just sit back and make myself a gin and tonic and just let the guide come through and go, what they said." Follow the above. But yeah, truly what Odette just said. And then there was something else that came through. Put the question up again. Sorry, what was that again? Oh, sorry, sorry. Oh yeah, yeah. Stop. That was it. So, you can muscle test this. This is for me. No, this is for, oh gosh, I've forgotten her name. What was her name? Sorry, I'm so bad with the name. Jane. This is for, yes, I am stuck. Jane, yes, see, it's going through. I have a fear of moving forward coming up for me. Muscle test this, Jane. Do you have a fear of moving forward? Because and what I'm getting here, I don't know whether it resonates or not. I'll try and say this as succinctly and with clarity as I can. The ego often gets a really bad rap, but our ego is sometimes there as also our bodyguard, you know? And actually, if I'm going to rat this all out, if we lot didn't have an ego, we wouldn't be here. Our ego got us on this channel, got us here, got us because we felt we had a need to say and share something. I'm not saying what we share is not valid, but it is our ego that got us here. So when you kind of blanketly throw out your ego or go, oh, no, 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 I can't do this, or blanketly, unreservedly kind of lean into that, you cut off everything else because things are not just one or the other. Two things can actually exist at the same time. That is ultimately what quantum energy is about. So you can have a fear of moving forward. That's what I'm getting. And if you like, if there's time, courtesy of Beverly, or later, if it's not appropriate, I can do a quick 2-minute mantra to help you release that. And then you muscle test afterwards and see whether it's done. And that's how the healing works. It takes 17 seconds for the neurons in your brain to latch onto a thought. So if you go to the source of what the thought is, it takes 17 seconds to reverse that. And the way you go to the source is the second questions I'd ask Jane is, I'm ready to release this, and which is coming up as yes. And I, most importantly of all, I have learned all I need to learn from this, and that's also a yes. So we can, or sorry, I'm just in. Sorry, come in. Oh, you little. I am a cat. Mm, yeah, or could we put it? Mm. Aha. My wiggle, my wiggle and squiggle said, absolutely take on board what Danny and Odette said. And I love that. I love the idea of there's growth there, even in the law. And look at the value of what Danny's just given you, because you wouldn't necessarily look to think of something that's hidden. But I just pulled an angel card while I did that, and it's called faith. It says, faith is a powerful quantity that moves mountains. Angel wisdom reminds you, however, not to have blind faith in people or situations. Use common sense and discernment and never give your power to another. Instead, put your faith in yourself and the higher powers. Pray with integrity from your still wise center and know that your requests will be granted. Act as if it has already manifest. That is faith. Your angel guidance is to increase your faith in the infinite, and your affirmation is, I have faith in the support of the universe. And that was what I was going to say as well. What came through is, again, like Danny said, it doesn't, if I muscle test, will he, what do I say? What is it? The defendant, no, prosecutor be successful? It's a no. It's a no. But I don't think it's clear cut, and I do agree. I think what Danny was sort of implying, that perhaps in a more litigious society, it is encouraged to consider that this might be a possible earner for someone who feels themselves trapped in a situation where they are unable to, choosing my words so carefully, uh, 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 untangle themselves from. Yes. mm, 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 mm. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you. Yeah. I think me mm, so I think I was drawn to the business about being sad about your daughter, which, I not Segunri. I can seriously resonate more than you would ever even realize. I am a very blessed mother of a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old. Oh, the lovely ages when they're like you are just spending pretty much 24/7. Fun times. As my voice goes 2 octaves higher. I mean, if you wanna know what you're here to do, then, interact with your teens, and they will bring up every trigger, every unhealed wound. And I think one of the hardest things for us to do as parents, and I will say this coming born into a community that programs us to live meritocracy of our parents, is to surrender and release our children, to release them, to have faith that they've chosen their own karma. And why are you sad about your child is what I wanted to kind of like lean into. Is it because of something they're going through, which is, traumatic? And I'm coming up with no, but there seems to be some kind of, she passed? No. So it's like, how do I say? I guess it's we have these dreams for how we think our children are going to live, and the perfect life that we're going to be able to support them with, and be a guide to. And it feels like perhaps actually you're sad with yourself because you feel you failed in some way. And you can say, I'm a good enough parent. Just check that that's for you, Gunny, and not just for me. But but this is my yes, this is my no, this is for no, this is for me. Yeah, I am good. I am good enough as a parent. Comes up as a no. So maybe look into that. This is what we were talking about earlier. When you heal yourself, you heal your world. And that's the only way we can now tackle, the level at which the earth is at. And perhaps there's some generational trauma. I have generational trauma. I have, talking of which, I've got a workshop about that. Heal without hurting. I forgot about that on the 17th, on the back of the next, I think it's the fourth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you missed, but I did pull a card for her, but I don't know. Or did you miss Asriel? Did you go? Oh, mm, mm. Namaste, Lady Faye. Yeah, again, everything everyone said before. I love the way this is just, it feels like it's like we're in what I want to call a millefeuille, layers of different, each one is sort of and important in itself, but added together, this information you're getting from all of us, it's just, an exquisite thing of beauty. And so, on the back of that, I would say muscle test. I allow myself to be in alignment with my abundance. And that is practically a grinding no. And so then the thing is like, okay, what do you do with that information? Again, you can hone in till you get to that one thought, which is it's either not safe to, you don't feel worthy of it, you don't know how to. And from that place, that's where really, I developed the mantras, but you can do this yourself because, as Danny said in the beginning, Beverly said in the beginning, this is all within us. I happen to just have mastered, this particular element. And I see it that all our modalities are just different doors to entrances of the same building. It's just whatever you resonate with because we are all different beings. So, whatever you like to eat, you still get fed. That's how I kind of see it. So for me, it is like, it is safe to going back again. Is your ego saying, don't do this? This is a little bit, and then you feel a little lost. I think again, that's something that's come up more than once, a little stuck. We are actually, if you follow the Vedic, let's say, philosophy, we are coming to what is called the end of the Kali Yogas. So there are four yogas. Yogas meaning the certain periods of time, vast periods of time, because it's actually 1,200 years. And actually, if you do, yeah, if you map that on to this particular yoga, and if you map that over to look at, the astrology and the positions, both in the Vedic and the Western Siddharth, you will see there are a lot of commonalities. Planets are in a place that they haven't been for 1,200 years, certain things. I'm just giving you a broad overview, so not to go into it deeply. And also, I must preface this by saying I am complete beginner in, even though I've been studying Vedic knowledge for about 14 years, I still feel like I'm in kindergarten. But all I can say is that, it's about giving yourself permission and trusting yourself. And you could try your own mantra where you just simply say, to whatever higher purpose you resonate with and align with, that, I give myself permission to release all my fears on this. It is safe for me to release my fears around this. It is, okay for me to trust myself, and then keep muscle testing afterwards and see whether something changes or not. And if it doesn't change, do again. I'm ready to release this. I've learned all I need to learn from this, because that's all life is. Life is just about learning lessons, right? Learn the lesson, move on to the next one. That's the thing. Don't learn the lesson, you go. Mhm. Well, namaste guidance. Actually, I pulled this for the previous person, but I kept it because it felt like relevant to all of us. So I'll just read this to you. It's actually the word acceptance. There's a theme tonight, right? Because I mean, The reason why I resonate with that word is because I remember when people used to say to me, love yourself, and all the rest of it. I go, great, great. Do the affirmation in the morning. I love myself. I love myself. Nothing is happening. I'm still thinking, really, do you love yourself? And then obviously muscle testing it and then saying, oh, no, I clearly don't love myself because I didn't know how to love myself. And for me, the first step was self acceptance, as I said before, total, unconditional, non mental self acceptance of all the things in that I love about myself. And in my case, which I feel is similar to many others, the litany of things I didn't love about myself. And if you can get a place of acceptance, then you can allow the love to come in because you have no judgment that's blocking it. There's no underlying negative self-limiting belief. So here it goes. Acceptance means unconditional love. The angels remind you to accept everyone exactly as they are without judging, blaming, or wanting to change them. When you are totally accepting, you bear no malice, no enmity towards anyone or anything. Harmlessness through acceptance is a high state of being, and this is a difficult quality for humans to embrace, for it is a divine quality. Nevertheless, the angels are drawing it to your attention now. You are also asked to accept yourself. When you truly do so, you feel centered, confident, and your divine self is revealed. And your affirmation is, I accept myself and others. And I said all I said before reading that card. You're welcome. Mm. Ah, ooh. Mm. Mm. Oh, well, namaste, truth seeker. And I love what Danny did, the color magic. I do a similar version, but what I will do to releasing trauma, as I started in the beginning, this is my zone of expertise. So if you give me permission, I'll just help you release that, and then you'll be on your way. It's that simple. It takes minutes. And all you have to do in the chat is say yes to receive. That's another thing that I often find people don't check in. Always give your permission. If a practitioner actually ask for your permission, they're not adhering to universal laws, and that will tell you how proficient, what level of expertise they're at. But you can always muscle test. I always say as well, it is for my highest and best good to work with Beverly, work with Azria, etc., etc. That's how I say. That's what I actually say to my clients. So I know I have to say. I say just muscle test. It'll tell you whether you should work with me or someone else. But on that note, I will just, if you're okay with it, Trucita, release your trauma. It'll take about 30 seconds. And all you have to do is say yes in the chat. I won't be able to see it. Just make sure you're hydrated. Okay. Do they want to say it? Do they want to release? Because this will work for anyone who has trauma. That's all you have to say. I have trauma from my day. And if you go to my YouTube site, everything on social media is unlocked bliss. I have a couple of trauma release, videos for free, and that's what I recommend you do on a daily basis. Do it in the morning, doing it at night. And oh, thank you, Joseph Sola. And you are welcome, part of this community that makes it all so gorgeous. So yeah, if you're okay with that, I will do that. To the creator of all there is, it is commanded of all trauma from everything you've experienced through doing your degree, through the study, through pushing yourself through the pressure, all trauma. And it comes up as a fear of what's happening next. How do I get back on track? I'm not, this kind of judgment, I think Adet mentioned earlier about the timeline and keeping ourselves tied to a certain time when things should happen, release that. That's what I'm getting. So all trauma around that, all trauma of self judgment, I want to say kind of like not imprisonment, but self restriction, all trauma now be released through every piece of your DNA, through all realities, time, space, and dimensions, backwards and forwards, forwards and backwards. Oh, above as it is below, within as it is without. All trauma be released, all lessons learned, all soul fragments be washed, cleansed, and returned whole. And in love and light, thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Ashe. And so it is. And then you can just muscle test. That's all you have to do is muscle test. I have trauma from studying my degree. I have trauma from today. I have trauma from that conversation, from being beat by whoever took my parking space. And I don't know if it helped. I don't know if you felt light. I'd love to receive any feedback in the chat. That's quantum healing. That's it. There is no great mystery around it. It's something available to all of us. Kawaii. Mm, 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 mm. Me too, me too, me too. Yes. We'll be much better psychics in Hawaii, Beverly. We'll be much we should go en masse, all of us, all four of us. I think it's so. Put one in the chat if you want us to go on a retreat in Hawaii. if we do a Shaun Attwood channel from Hawaii. Anyone's in the chat, please. I can't see the chat. Someone wants it in London, in grey London. They want to do it. Oh, got it, got it. Flood the chat, people. Flood the chat. Share as well. Share with your friends you want to come to Hawaii. I'm on a mission to travel as much as possible, and I'm just bringing the party to you, Odette. About asking permission, that went out the window with me. Make it so. Mhm. Mm. Mm. Namaste, Leanne. So here's the thing I was going to say. As soon as I read that question, it was like, you know the answer. The answer is within you. You don't have to ask us to confirm it. I get that because in the beginning, it's a bit like doing the tightrope. You're like, I need something to balance me, hold me, secure me. Where's my safety net? Where's my harness? But you can even muscle test this. I have been manifest. I know how to manifest this. I am a master manifester. This is for Leanne. So you haven't seen my fingers stop at all. And just to show you that again, there's a yes, this is a no, this is for Neha, this is for Leanne. Leanne is a master manifester. Yes, you are. But here's the block that I get. You trust yourself. No, you don't. Which is understanding because from birth we are programmed and conditioned not to trust ourselves. We're programmed and conditioned to constantly give our power away. And I remember saying this last time. When's the first time you had to ask for permission? When you go to school and you have to put your hand up and ask for permission to go to the toilet. We are programmed at that level. It is a deep programming, and it is there for a purpose. As I said earlier about the Kali Yoga's ending, the Kali Yogas is about, very much competition. It's about competitivism, commercialism. It's not about collaboration. It's not about this. It's not about this amazing collaboration. All of us coming experts in our own field, offering our guidance for free. This is just, voluntary work because we understand how important it is to heal the collective. So trusting yourself is pretty vital. And again, trust yourself. I know how to trust myself. Start going in, and that will in itself lend itself to you developing that muscle and starting to understand that you are a manifester. And just on the note of manifesting, this is what I've realized, and I am a master manifester. You want a first class business ticket, a new home, this, that, and the other. No problem in quantum healing. No problem if you have released everything that is blocking the way. And the three things about manifestation that I've learned, this is obviously just in my opinion only, is there's three things that you need to do. Not only do you need to say what you need to say, you need to be in alignment with that. And by that, I mean you have to feel into the vibration. You have to feel like when we talked about John the dentist, you have to have faith and feel that you've won the case. You have won the case with ease. You have to lean into that. And if you say, well, I haven't won a case, how can you ask me to lean into that? Remember a time when you've been successful. The brain doesn't know the difference between the past and the present. Go back into anything. It might be Christmas Eve. Barbie house out of the Argos catalog. No, but it's the same vibration. Lean into that, and then you'll get that feeling, and then you're like, yes, hello, the power is mine, and I know how to do it. And that's what you've got to do. And again, as the lady said, I created my modality, and my course is called Journey to Joy. One of the most important things that I dedicate 4 weeks to, one hour a week, is understanding play as an adult. Lean into play. Our lives are ridiculously controlled by the powers to be, and everybody Danny will talk about at I mean, her conference, is that not play at the most beautiful soul level? Leaning into that, not being told, no, this isn't the case because blah blah so and so. We'll leave the names blank for our parents on YouTube. Um, to say no, that's not true. Think this way. This is the way it happened. This is history. This is how you should behave. Sorry, as you can see, I'm slightly passionate about this subject. But play. Who says we should stop playing? Aren't we playing here today, ladies? Ooh, okay, I was just gonna say for the one before about being stuck, what came up was then and then I'll go to Joe's, I don't know if it's relevant for both, but it just came back again. It's, muscle tests, I give myself permission to move forward. And I think, I sorry, I apologize. I think it was Danny who said about, obviously with the human resonance, even in English, going up and down and us ascending and, all these sort of like words we hear about. But the reality of how that works, we are becoming lighter frequency bodies. We are changing because the earth is changing its frequency. So I get Joseph again, sorry, just spirit came in again. It's about yeah, you do this work, but do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself that you are making a difference, that you actually can do what you do? Or, it's like a self-doubt. Oh, I tell you what, it's this, yeah, are you good enough? It's imposter syndrome. So there's that element of like questioning yourself because so this is what I mean by subconscious work. On the top is that zeitgeist word imposter syndrome. But if you go down through the layers, you will come back to I am good enough. And it's a thing for a light worker to go out there, way show or whatever, label you want to give us healers, to go out and say, I do this and I can't give evidence in the sense that's why I go to muscle testing, but there isn't, any physical sense for showing us our psychic abilities other than saying, look, this, that, and the other. Even again, as Danny was saying, we have actually, things that we recognize and disclose. It's no longer hidden. We are no longer talking about the hidden unseen. So I think it's about having trust and I trust myself to be a healer. And I came to a grinding halt there, Joseph. I don't know if that resonates. I would love to for you to know if you are muscle testing and what you got. It feels like I don't want self-sabotage is too strong, but there's definitely some self-limiting beliefs there around whether or not you think like if for me, I'll be honest, it feels like you could come up here and be on the panel as an equal to all of us. But I don't know if you believe that, Joseph. So does that make sense? You're welcome. Mhm. I think, sorry to talk over you, Beverly, but I think what Odette said is so important. The healing of the divine masculine. That's, as we come into our own power, and the fact that in the Vedic culture, we understand that all of us have divine masculine and divine feminine within us. That's the yin yang, that's the balance. And I do think that it is really important for us as healed women or women who are healing divine feminine to hold space with compassion and real acknowledgement for the divine masculine. So, again, what Odette said, what she said, I'm making t shirts, what she said. Yeah, especially about red masculine. Wow. You can get more spot on than that. I mean, Old Spice isn't in the collective consciousness at the moment, is it? Nobody beyond the age, below the age of 40 will know what Old Spice is. That could not be more specific. What a blessing. Mm. Mhm. Good word. Mm, 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 oh, well, here's the thing I'm gonna do, because I always have to be different in it. But BB, you test it. You muscle test. I'm in alignment with my higher self. I am on the right path. I'm getting a clear yes for all of you. But the point is not what we think. The point is what you think. Because that's how muscle testing works. It goes, there's an absolute truth. The only absolute truths are we get born and we transition. We don't even die because nothing dies. Energy just transmutes into something else. And oh, sorry, I'm alive. I did so well. I did so well. Unalive. Everyone. I know, congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, and really also amazing community given everything, that bless him, Shaun and his family, all of you guys have gone through. So many blessings, and we really do appreciate the support, share, and likes. But yeah, there are only two absolutes, unaliving and not unaliving, being born. Sana, great. Leave. I am social media for real, for real. Ouch. Oh, sorry, that was me. My crystal. I thought I was on mute. Someone obviously, no, no. The crystal was like, "Hello." Like, what is all this traveling without me? I just like to say, it's all about me. Where's everything? To the creator of all there is, it is commanded to reinstall the creator's highest definition, perspective, and meaning of what it is to be able to unconditionally love yourself, teaching you how to, when to, that you are worthy of this, deserving of this, that it is safe to do so, that you give yourself permission to do so, with grace and compassion for the highest and best good of all, teaching you what this smells like, tastes like, sounds like, feels like, how to do this with ease every day in every way, for every breath you take, every piece of your DNA, past, present, future to eternity, above as it is below, within as it is without, and in love and light. It is done, it is done, it is done, Ashe. Thank you. Thank you, goddesses. Bye. Much love to everyone. Namaste. Namaste.